So some good, let's have a look. To improve the services we use this is the difference between research and evaluation. Research stops. It answers a question normally, and then that's it. And it might advocate, you know, possible future studies should do this, this, and this. But they ask the question at the beginning. Whereas evaluation, you're constantly. It's a bit like an episode. Who watches Lost? No, is it just me? You watch Lost. It's a bit like an episode of Lost. There's more questions than answers. Evaluation is just like that. You come out with 10 more questions to solve, and so it's ongoing and ongoing. But the healthy thing is that you're getting those questions. That means you're identifying places in your schemes that need work.
But I stopped watching Lost because it was too frustrating.
Yeah, it's work's frustrating though, isn't it? But imagine if it wasn't that frustrating. It'd be a pretty dim place to get up and do every morning. I know. You're right. I should have done as well. It's taken up my life, I tell you. Yeah. But it is. It does pose. If your schemes are posing more questions, that means that you're valuing them and you're trying to answer them, and that may change your scheme completely or an element of it. But that's fine. And that's fine. But what you're doing is, and the whole kind of ethos today is you're working from an evidence base. If you do evidence-based practice, that will help you get more funding, that will help you get a better calibre of staff, it will help you skill your staff that you've got better. It has repercussions all over your project in the area that you're working, as opposed to doing it because it's a good idea, which is what leisure and sport have done all the time. But nobody's ever noted down what was a good idea and why it was a good idea. So it's just getting that to our practice. Prove that it was worth it, again, to be able to see where improvements can be made, to prove the value of the project and how it benefits participants. So we've got funders, we've got participants, we've got managers, all the key stakeholders here. I'll confirm some of this in a second. To establish a project is necessary. Someone definitely listened. I don't know who that was. Do you want to go on? Was that you? Was it? Yeah, everyone? Whether it should exist or not. You might have a great idea, and you might get all the money to do it because it's a good idea, and then all of a sudden you find, well, I really shouldn't have done this. You know, it's a bit like the pedometers thing. Great idea, get everyone wearing a pedometer, counting, it's quantifiable, it's tangible, people can see they've got 10,000 steps a day. But I don't know how many people, not one person in this room is wearing a pedometer. Yeah, going to the schools, yeah, and they normally work for like, you know, they say 10,000 steps a day, you're lucky in these cereal boxes, it works for 3,000, and then you're stuck. So I think that's really good, diagnosing whether or not it should be in existence in the first place. Okay. So we know we're on the right lines with what we're trying to do. That's about monitoring. And monitoring is a key element of evaluation. It's that process, that gold bit I had on my last slide. Right.